We are a group of young people who spent our childhood years at the A6 Adventure Playground, and we are now part of the Ultimate Voice Youth Forum. This film has been made to capture memories of the elders in our community of the Queen's Coronation 60 years ago, so that other people will gain an insight into what it was like for them as children at a time of great change in our country. We think these recollections and memories of that time should not be lost, and that our grannies, granddads, great-grannies and great-granddads are very important to us and our community. So what are your memories of the street parties when the Queen was crowned?
First of all, can I tell you how disappointed I was when the old King died? Yeah. Because that day I was supposed to be going to a circus. And my brother brought me home from school and said, "We're not going." "Why?" "Well, the King's died." And I said, "Who's the King?" Because I was 5, I didn't know.
I remember it. We had a big street party for the Queen's Coronation.
How old was you then?
I was nearly 8. And in the morning, you had all the pavement were painted red and white. You had bunches in the street. Everyone brought out tables, chairs.
There was tables from tail end to end. All the kids was out, younger than me, was out, still enjoying themselves. Mums and dads were bustling about. All the flags and buntings was out. My mum made those because she was a machinist. And every house in those days had their own Union Jack, so they were all out as well.
I remember all the tables out and jellies and spams.
Yes.
And sweets and biscuits. And I've seen this crowd of people, and one of the elders of the village, one of the rich people of the village, says, "Take your bike home and come back." So I says, "Why?" He says, "Just come back." So when I've gone back, there's a queue of about 100 children, and I'm looking around. He says, "Get in the queue." So when I've gone further down now, he says, "Right," he says, "there's you, your sister Susan and your brother Graham." And he says, "We're giving these out because it's the Queen's Coronation." I went, "Oh, can I have one?" He says, "You're going to get 3 of each." And they were royal blue money boxes, royal blue leather, with the crown on in gold and the date and everything. And they had a key with them, and they gave us a mug each as well, and he put them in the bag.
There were lots and lots and lots of houses involved, and loads of food, lots of jelly, cakes, biscuits, which my family didn't buy, so I was just walking around eating all day. It was absolutely great fun. And I remember the children were, the tables were set out and the children were running in and out of the tables. And then there was music. We had, somebody brought out a record player, a wind-up one, and we had old songs. I think they were war songs, because everybody in the older generation seemed to know the words, but none of the younger ones did.
In them days, everyone, it was all royalty love. In them days, the Queen was like, how can I put it to you? Like one of the big film stars now.
Yeah.
Like you girls have your pop groups, don't you? Yeah. Well, the Queen was like that, you know what I mean?
No, I'm just saying, just move that a minute.
No comment. You're not taking the mick out there.
What are your memories of the street parties when the Queen was crowned?
Oh, just little bits and pieces, like, you know, this and that. But this, anyway, I would like to say just a few words. Street parties are good, but if good people are be good, that's it. And like the Queen, I can't say anything nasty about her, but she's all right anyway.
That's my husband's. That's of a silver Jubilee. He keeps it well wrapped up and preserved. My only other memory is of the Queen when she was Princess Elizabeth and engaged to Prince Philip. Came to Manchester one time on a visit, and me and 2 friends from work went down to Victoria Station and went to wave her off. And I can remember running along the track as the train was going out. They were stood on an observation platform, like, you know, doing the wave. We was all shouting, "Bye, Lizzie!" Whether we get into trouble for that or not, I don't know, but that's what we were shouting like. Never gave a thought about how dangerous it was running along the track, like, you know, but just wanted to be there to see her.
No. How did you entertain yourself when you was younger?
if you got pocket money, you were lucky. I got 9pence a week, pocket money. And for that, I had to... You remember the old brass ornaments? I had to polish them with about 200 of the bloody swines. I had to polish them. But 9pence then, in them days, was a lot of money.
Yeah.
With that 9pence, I could go to the pictures, buy a packet of cigarettes, and still have 3pence left over to buy an ice cream.
A lot of my memories are during the war. My school was taken over during the summer holidays one year for Italian prisoners of war, and we used to go and talk to them and run errands for them, get them packets of biscuits, bottles of water.
How did you entertain yourself when you were children?
I played in the fields with my brothers and cousins. I played with the girl next door. We used to go to the park regularly, and we used to have a drink. It was a licorice root, which you can still buy now, and you put in a bottle and you put water in and you shake it up and you leave it standing and you get what they call licorice water. It tasted horrible, but when you were a child it was exciting. And we took little sandwiches and maybe an orange or half a banana, because there was only one between two, and we'd go to the park and have a picnic.
You know, back then, was it like what it is like round here now?
No.
Totally different.
Like where I come from, it was a little country village. You go up one road, round the other, round this one, and you were back to square one. There was a lot of friends. The policeman lived over the road, Mr. Banks, and if I ever done wrong, he'd give me a clip round the ear or a kick up the backside. We always had fun. We always had fun.
I used to have skipping ropes and that. Other times, we used to go in what we called Gorton Desert, Gorton Park near Bellevue, and we'd play there all day. We always stayed together, about 8 of us. We never left one another alone. We went out 8 o'clock in the morning, came home at 8 o'clock at night. You'd have a bag with sandwiches and a bottle of either lemonade or water. We were never afraid of going anywhere like that when we were little. And it's a shame that a lot of the children nowadays, their pleasures have got to be curtailed because they can't be left on their own.
In them days, you knew everybody in the street, the doors were open, you could walk in anyone's house.
If gasmen were coming or to read the meter, the door was left open. Nobody, it was the normal thing, nobody thought anything of it, but you couldn't do it nowadays.
Do you think people still feel the same about the Queen like they did then?
Not everybody, but I think that's a case of how you're brought up. During the war, I think the whole country looked to the King and Queen as the people that were encouraging us to keep going. I think that after the war, when things started to get better and people were more self-reliant and didn't need that figurehead, that not education, but acknowledgement of the Queen began to be less. And I think that's where today's younger generation, who are the children of the children that were born during that time, don't know enough about the Queen and the family and all things royal.
Do you think people still feel the same about the Queen now, like they did all them years ago when she first became the Queen?
I think the older generation probably will. Perhaps not so much the young ones, because they don't get taught to the same about what's going on. And I mean, even my grandson now, he's 11, and all he wants is tapping either on a computer or his Nintendo game, you know. He does take after me in one respect. He is a great reader, which I encourage him in.
I think a lot of people are losing a lot of faith in her because this country's going from bad to worse.
Everyone in them days thought the Queen was marvellous.
Yeah.
You don't say about the Queen, you got to clap around the hero, you know.
Do you think the Queen done more things in the olden days than she does now?
The Queen done nothing.
Didn't she do nothing the same?
The Queen got crowned, that was all there was to it, but the Queen sits on her ass.
When people say that they don't like the Queen, do you understand why they say that?
I think when they say they don't like the Queen, they don't like the perhaps they think because she lives in a palace and she's got money that she shouldn't have it. But then again, I don't think they realise that she pays the wages of everybody that works for her.
Has the Queen been a big role and inspiration into your life?
Yes, I always stand up for the royalty. I can't understand why somebody says, oh, you know, they're no use, get rid of them. No, I don't like that.
What do you think about the royals?
I think they don't deserve to have everything that they have because they don't work as hard as some people in the country.
Some people in the country are doing so much more, like,
and not getting recognised.
And they're not getting recognised for the work that
And they should look after the poor as well,
Yeah.
because it's not nice.
Most of them didn't really like the Queen, whereas Doreen, she's been around and saw more than what the others have, and she likes the Queen more. So basically, the more that people see, the more they like.
You can see it in both views, really, because you can understand why Doreen likes the Queen, and you can understand why Tommy doesn't. We would like to say thank you to all the other people that have participated today to share their valuable memories. We hope that other people will have a deeper understanding of the era. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.